Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Koscki with the Dr. Subconscious Show here on Blog TV and YouTube. Tonight, we have an action-packed show for you. We're going to pick up where we left off last week, and we were talking about why use hypnosis. And of course, I'm a big fan of hypnosis, self-hypnosis, guided meditation. I'm kind of lumping all three of these ideas into one. And the main thing is to be able to access the superconsciousness. So to pick you up to speed, you and I are in a conscious state of mind. I'm talking to you in a regular conversation. When we go to sleep, we have access to our subconscious, where our dreams kind of take over and certain informations come to the surface. Then above that is the superconsciousness, which is all information that has ever been or will ever be. And yes, you can access that. And I'm going to show you all the examples that I've used. Alright, but tonight we're going to concentrate on, once you get your idea, what do you do with it? And that basically comes down to patent law. Okay? So, a couple of the ideas that I came up with. Once upon a time I attended a seminar at the post office, and basically I just took their ideas and I reinvented it. What I came up with is, how could I create something that would cost $1 to ship anywhere in the United States? Boom! I came up with the world's first digital camera handle called CamHand. Boom! Alright, so what are some other things? I am probably not the greatest musician in the world, but I have produced 7 albums of music. So from the time I started in music school, commercial music school 20 years ago, till today, of course, computers make it a lot easier to perform your stuff. So keep that in mind. If you write a book or music and you want to produce an album, try to get yourself on a consistent schedule using some of the other techniques that we'll talk about later as far as goal setting. But write one song every month and get it as close to being perfect as you can. Therefore, when you write one song a month, you'll have 10 by October, January through October. November, you'll bring in your backup guys or gals to sing backup and play guitar, electric, or do the things that you can't do or anything special. And then by December, you're mixing and handing it out for Christmas gifts. It's a really, really good way to stay on track, to be happy with your performance. And of course, you can do the same thing with a book. I wrote a book. It did take me a lot longer. The first album that you produce, the first book that you produce, is probably going to take you 3 times longer than it should. And a lot of it is just rewrite. And that's unfortunate, but that's part of the learning curve. I can guarantee you this, your spelling will improve, okay? Tremendously. And you'll be opening up to a lot of great ideas. And some of the original, probably a lot of the first original ideas that I came up with in songwriting and writing my book were actually better than the finished product. But again, that's part of the learning curve, and you're just going to have to get used to that. Okay? So, what am I working on today? A couple weeks ago, we talked about the 2-liter idea. Basically, it was just growing plants hydroponically out of trash containers, you know, and eating the raw vegetables. Encouraging people to get the raw vegetable on their intestinal tract the first part of the day, and then meditate so that you can kind of go through your body like a system check, like a computer, and realize that, hey, there's swelling or inflammation in my elbow. I need to take my subconscious mind and direct elements and substances into that area and doctor that up. Okay, with that said, I also work on kind of my general philosophy of creating things is to not second guess them. When they come, I jump on them. I don't question them. I just try to knock them out as fast as I can. At least get through the process at least once. You can always go back and perfect it later on, but it's really, really important. When you have creative ideas, it's almost like having ADHD, you know, because you're always bombarded with different things that come up. But if you're kind of in that really chilled out frame of mind, you'll be able to notice the difference between a creative idea and something that's just coming in and interrupting your flow of work. And flow of work is everything. Alright, so patent law. Let's talk about patent law, copyright, trademark. Really, really important. Here we go. Billions upon billions of dollars are spent in copyright law every year, and only 3% actually turn profit. So, there's another thing called first to market. If you come up with an idea like cam hand, you flood the market with that baby. Trademark is easy. It takes like about $250. You can trademark the name and protect yourself, and boom, you're good to go. If you're writing a book, you don't have to copyright each chapter. You can shove the whole thing under one title, and that's the same thing with your songs. You can shove all your songs under one title, and then if you get somebody that's willing to buy or re-record one of your tunes, you can reapply the copyright law for one particular song, and a lot of producers will do that right out of the gate with you. Okay? Copyright law is, you know, first to market, rushing, getting your product on the market, producing it, mass production, just wildly, crazily, just get it out there. China, and I'm not picking on China or any other country, Japan. I mean, Japan used to copy a lot of the United States' ideas. The one thing we do better than anybody else in the whole wide world is come up with great ideas. And it's seen in Hollywood, right down the street from here. It's seen in Hollywood in the singers, songwriters, screenwriters, movie producers. You know, this is the one thing America does better than anybody else. So pay attention. When you get an idea, don't worry about patent law. If you're so concerned about it, draw up some paperwork, mail it to yourself with an unopenable container, and two of your friends, two of your best friends that are willing to go to law or go to court with you and testify beyond a reasonable doubt that, hey, yes, this was mailed to me. Okay. So, when we're accessing the subconscious mind, Edison used to go to lunch with ball bearings in his hands. Okay, he put 2 ball bearings in his hands. And when he went deep enough, he would open up his hands, and those ball bearings hit the ground, and that would wake him up enough, or that would be the trigger enough for him to say, hey, I'm working on this idea, what's the next step? Tesla, his assistant, who actually changed the whole concept of electricity from direct current to alternating current, was actually the real big genius. But he didn't have the money and the cash and the availability to file on his patents. So patents are important. You just can't let them stop you in your creativity. A couple things you got to realize. Do you have the money to protect yourself in copyright law? Most people don't. So just do the best you can. Don't let it stop you. Keep moving forward. The Zamboni family, they're good, close family of mine. We went to the same church, rode in the same arenas, grew up together riding horses, blah, blah, blah. And I know that the producer, the grandfather of the Zamboni family that I knew, produced the Zamboni ice machine. You see it in all the hockey games. You see it all over America. Well, there was a guy that was constantly after them and tried to copy that. And his big feedback was he didn't believe in copyright law. Well, that's not true, you know. So, but you know, they had the cash, but and I don't even know what the end result was. They probably won that suit. So, you know, you got to kind of weigh it out. And keep this in mind. If you have a really, really, really good idea, there's more concern about the government shutting you down, because I've seen it where, like a carburetor, if somebody comes up with a new idea for a carburetor, fuel injected, if big business is going to lose a bunch of cash because of your idea, you can bet they're going to come in and try to shut you down. So what you want to do, especially with the internet, is get first to market. You want to flood the market with that idea. Get it popping up all over the place, you know, so that they got to hit 10 targets instead of 1. And if they're thinking about hitting 10 targets, you're small potatoes. You'll be able to make your money, retire, and live happily ever after with your name on your product. And you're going to file your trademark and copyright law and anything else that goes along with it. All right. Trademark costs you about $250. It's fairly cheap. Patent law, on the other hand, is, you know, you got to get a lawyer. All right. So, when I'm talking about my formula, how do I get stuff done, okay? I'm going to give it to you right now, okay? It's the triangle. What do you have to offer? You know, and actually it goes even a step before. What is it you want, all right? And you just want, like I said, you know, I want to come up with an idea that's going to be $1 to ship anywhere in America. That's what Cam Hand was. That's what I started with. I wanted that idea. I didn't know what it was going to be. What do you have to offer? Well, I made a list. I made a list of all the things that I came up with that were very, very creative. So that was easy. And the bottom one, the third leg of the race, is what are you willing to do? And that was basically, that was the real part, big part of the struggle for me, because I had to do a lot of research, test a lot of products, build a lot of prototypes, blah, blah, blah. And when you file copyright law or patent law, that's really what you're getting paid for, those ideas. And sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. Most of the time it's not worth it, because like I said, it's a horse race. Did you know that of all the horses that are raced in the world, only 3% actually turn profit? And that's the same as patent law. Only 3% of the profit actually turn profit. Now, you can file provisional copyright patents, okay? Provisional. And they're fairly inexpensive. They're you can do them by yourself. You get a little help from a lawyer, and they're good for like 2 or 3 years. So if your idea hits the market, bang, and it's going to make $1 million, like I knew this one guy who put a screen over the front of his TV to keep the people that were cleaning the TV from damaging the screen, and he filed patent law on his products, and of course he ended up making buku bucks. So patent law does have its purpose, all right? But again, you got to ask yourself a couple of questions. You know, do you have the money to fight these people in court? Flood the market. That's my advice. Get as much protection as you can and go for it. Don't let it stop you. Okay, the subconscious mind, the superconscious mind is there for everyone. Edison had free access. It was just timing for Edison. You know, this country was in a spiritual movement with Edgar Cayce, who was accessing the subconscious mind and doing great things. So of course, you know, somebody like Edison and that, you know, and you know, Napoleon Hill, all those guys came from the same neighborhood, all right, so to speak. All right. So tonight we're talking about inventions and patent law. Don't let patent law slow you down. It's very, very unpredictable that you're actually going to make your money back from it. I suggest you just go for it. Get a few of your friends to help you out. Always file trademark. That's always a good idea. You're writing books and songs. Copyright law is a piece of cake. That's different than from patent law. If you do decide to go patent law, go provisional. Okay, getting back to the triangle. What is it you want? What do you have? What are you willing to offer? Those three things. And inside that triangle, shink, is a little stick man. Okay, that's what I use in my book. Because people are the most important product. They're going to help you get to where you want to go. So keep that in mind, all right? I mean, it was kind of cool to know people like that guy that came up that window screen and the Zambonis, and then to go out and talk to law students and lawyers and stuff like that. And this is how I formulate my opinion. And you know, you have will is the formula that I use with people that help me. I mean, it just all works and all comes together. We're going to check our time here real quick. And we're out of time, so thank you very much. My name's John Koscki. This has been the Dr. Subconscious Show. I apologize for the previous hypnosis show that we put up because Facebook, for some reason, put everybody on conversation, and not everybody wanted to talk about it. We got great views. Once again, leave a comment and subscribe, because you're helping me and I'm helping you. So I need these points to keep moving forward. Peace. Have a great day. And don't let patent law slow you down. Alright?